Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming podcast.
Welcome to the next generation of gaming with the One Up Gaming crew. With news from the week in gaming and just some random chatter. Okay. With your hosts, David and Nathan, plus some special guests. It's time. For more info, please visit www.oneupgaming.co.uk. Xbox One challenge me. I'm king, you already know. Ruling games on PC, PSP, SP, PlayStation 4. Play all genres, highest seed. If there is a leader's board, you can find a mod that would allow you all to see my scores. David and Nathan reviewing the games for me. That's why I'm so dangerous. See their tips so good you won't believe. Keep playing strong. One Up Gaming coming on. It's the show you all have waited for. The wait's not very long. Go to One Up Gaming, 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 go. Listen up, yo.
And we're ready. It's One Up Gaming. It's episode 183. I think it is. Do you have any idea if it is?
I've not been on in a couple of months, so it could be whatever number.
I will quickly, I maybe should have done this before I started, go to the podcast folder and see what was the last one I uploaded. Yes, 182 was the last one. Yes, it is, just like I said. It is episode 183. I don't update the doc that's got all the details on, and sometimes it's like weeks out of date. But anyway, it's me, it's David. And
it's me, Matt.
It's Matt,
mostly.
Yes.
I apologise for sounding grimy. The cold has hit me.
It's weird, it sounds like our old recording equipment. Do you know if you listen back to our old podcasts?
Yeah, it does sound a little bit, grimy.
It sounds like we're underwater.
Yeah. Although, in fairness, I did wake up this morning and just go, I sound like Roadhog, which is, it's plus and a bonus.
I'm old. What's Roadhog?
Oh, have you not played Overwatch?
No.
Okay, for anyone else listening, you have to send messages to David and inform him thusly of what Overwatch is.
I know what it is.
Dude, you need to play it before the Game of the Year stuff.
I've played when it was like on the PlayStation free-to-play weekend or whatever it was.
Dude. I bought it after that weekend.
I turned it off never to play it again.
I loved it.
Okay. I'm just watching a spider on the wall. It keeps moving towards me.
And this week in gaming, spiders.
That was a good game on the original PlayStation.
You're joking.
I think it was made by the same team who did Pandemonium. Because it looked and felt exactly the same, but you were a spider with like rocket launchers on your back.
I mean, I was being sarcastic, but I didn't actually know there was a game.
Yes, there was. I forget that I'm so old I remember stuff that no one else does.
That's a fair point.
But I've got one of these like really bad memories where I remember really shit things, but anything that happens recently, I just don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll cut into it then. This week, again, unfortunately, we're not using Zencastr. We signed up to the premium edition and we haven't used it for a few weeks now. But generally speaking, Zencastr is a service that we have used for nearly a year, and it is brilliant. Because unlike normal sort of services where you... Like, a lot of people, they actually record their own audio locally. You have to email all the files to someone to edit together. That person has to find the start point to actually edit it all together. Whereas Zencastr, as soon as I press record, it automatically records everyone's audio locally. And once I hit stop, it all emails directly to my sort of folder. So I get everyone's audio, and then I just basically put them all together, and they're all chopped to start at the exact same time, so it's all perfectly lined up. So it cuts out a lot of the hassle. And if anyone wants to sign up to Zencastr, you can use our discount code 1UP20, all one word, and you get 20% off. So that's zencastr.com.
Way hey.
Way hey, indeed. We need to start paying and getting some proper adverts. I haven't done that in ages. I used to enjoy doing the adverts.
That's alright, we used to toss them between team members and be like, you're doing the Audible thing this week. No, you're doing the Audible thing this week.
Yeah, that didn't work out well, did it?
It was so funny, though. Just get Chris to do it.
So, I don't know if you are aware, Matt, but I say it's been that long since I've spoken to you, I keep wanting to say Chris. You know?
Ouch.
I know. But anyway, Matt.
The pain.
We, as One Up Gaming, we are organising a charity dinner in aid of Diabetes UK.
Uh-huh.
And this will be held at the Hilton Hotel in Glasgow, and I believe it's the Hilton Grosvenor. It's got a V in it.
Yeah, I know, but you don't pronounce it.
I hate words.
Deal with it. It's on the 29th of April 2017, isn't it?
Yes, it's on Saturday the 29th. It should start roughly about 8 PM or 7:30, somewhere around that time. We are in talks with celebrities to come and host the event.
Unfortunately, we don't class as celebrities, but we're trying.
I have had the first celebrity who does TV shows and video games and things. We've had the first quote, and I've emailed him back saying thank you for that. We will get back to you in a couple of weeks.
We're moving up in the world.
We've had the first rejection.
Boy, hey.
Yeah. But in fairness, the first rejection...
Naming no names, of course.
...was quite big sort of person.
Yeah, but...
I've been speaking to someone's agent, and they're interested, and they've asked us if we have a sponsor, and if we do, how much can we offer?
And biscuits?
I said, we don't have a sponsor.
We can offer biscuits.
Me paying it.
We can offer biscuits. We have many biscuits.
I don't know about that. They're quite expensive now, some biscuits.
I can bring biscuits.
But, so at the hotel itself, we'll be offering a 2-course meal, so a main meal and a pudding. And then we're going to have, hopefully, a celebrity host that'll do the talk before the dinner, talk after the dinner, and then we're going to do what will be our 200th podcast live. We'll record that live, and also, as your entertainment, we'll do that. We will have raffles to give away, or raffle prizes to give away. Depending on if we can sort of like get any prizes or not, we might do...
biscuits. Might get a lot of biscuits. Maybe like tons and tons of McVitie's.
What about Jammy Dodgers?
Yeah, maybe.
Because then you can twist them and you get like 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, that's true. How difficult would it be to twist, though? How soft would they have to be to do that? Because they're normally quite hard.
I suppose, yeah.
Like, the most
I don't know about you.
Try and twist them.
I normally bite around the edges.
Yeah.
And like leave.
I like Oreos.
Yeah. I want some biscuits now.
Sorry.
So, if anyone's interested, please email me. I've got to go to the hotel on the 17th to officially get everything done. I've been emailing, and everything that they've emailed back, everything sounds positive and ready to go, but I just need to go there, do final checks, just before we can officially launch it. But basically, email me at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk, and hopefully we'll get that sorted. I mean, I don't know about you, Matt, but I'm thinking of doing like minimum donations of £5 for people, and then if you want to come to the meal, then it's £25 per ticket.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
You know, so that kind of price range.
We'll see what kind of reception we get.
Yeah, very tepid, right?
Lukewarm.
Yeah. But I'll have to get back on with some of my art sort of designers and design some posters and some bits and bobs.
You can redesign my avatar. It still looks horrible.
No, that's the best one.
I am not keeping it.
It's in pride and placement on our podcast collection.
I know, it's on the box art, and I'm like, but why? I don't look like that. It's not even mildly attractive.
I mean, like, the picture that I got done, my girlfriend's like, who is that? And I said, oh, it's supposed to be me. So, you're not ginger.
In fact, it looks better than mine. I look like some kind of fat American kid who's been struck in the face with a frying pan.
You look like Cartman.
Yeah, it's not a good look. I don't look like Cartman. That's the thing.
So I think that's everything so far. So we've done Zencast and the charity dinner. We've talked about your cold and how sexy you're sounding.
Yep.
I guess we'll move on to say, Matt, what have you been playing this week?
That's a very good question. This week I have mostly been abusing Overwatch because I've not been playing multiplayer games on any console, any format for a very long time, and it's the first multiplayer shooter aside from like Battlefield many months ago that I really enjoyed. And it's not just to do, like, I'm not a Blizzard fanboy. I've never played World of Warcraft. I've never played Hearthstone. It's purely just because it's a beautifully made game and they've put so much effort into it, and every little piece of it makes sense. There's nothing that stands out as being an outlier or that stands out as being hideously wrong with it. It all works, and it's all mostly fair, and it's wonderful how they've balanced everything. It's a really, really damn good shooter as well. Like, me and my entire house have just been sitting downstairs playing it, like passing the control around like a game after game. It's just been absolutely brilliant. It really has.
So it's better than that one I completely blanked on it. The guys who did the Half-Life Blue Shift sort of part thing. Gearbox.
You mean Team Fortress?
No, Gearbox.
Gearbox? Oh, you mean Battleborn?
That's the one.
Oh, God.
See what I mean by I remember something from like 20 years ago, but I can't remember something from 2 weeks ago.
There was two other games that came out around about the same time that all used similar things to Overwatch. It's really unfortunate because Battleborn and a game called Paladins basically are like discount versions of Overwatch.
Is Paladins actually out, or is that just like a...
Oh no, it's actually out. It's released.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a open beta sort of thing.
Come on, David, catch up. But Paladins is hilariously close to Overwatch. It's fantastic. Like, for example, on Overwatch, there's a character called Roadhog, who I main, and I quite like him as a character, who basically uses a hook and a shotgun to take people out. And on Paladins, there's a turtle that has a hook and a shotgun. And it's a little
Sounds
bit...
good.
You look at it and go, It's just a little too close.
Somewhere.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's been everywhere recently. Although I do feel slightly sorry for Battleborn. It really did get left in the dust. It was so bad for Gearbox. But I'm quite glad that Gearbox have kind of sort of abandoned it because they're now working on Borderlands 3. So I can't complain.
But yeah, I mean, that's another game that I played the demo of.
Yeah.
And I thought it just... The handling, the feeling, it just wasn't right for a fast-paced shooter.
Yeah.
It felt like the early workings of Borderlands, sort of like the movement and the feel of that. But that just doesn't work in a fast-paced sort of game.
No, it doesn't.
And yeah,
But no, they've confirmed that they are currently working on Borderlands 3, so I can't complain because I'm very excited for that, and I really want to see what they do next with the series because I love Borderlands.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's fine.
The spider's now about 2 feet away from me.
Also, something else I've been playing this week. I have got Skyrim, the Remastered Edition, on my PS4. I have exactly zero shame about the fact I have Skyrim on the PS4, purely because I now have mods. And I know that people sitting there going, but why have you got it on PS4? It's very simple. I'm not really a PC gamer.
Why don't you have it on the Xbox One? You can get all the mods you want.
Because I don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And in fairness, with the current lineup for 2017, I'm really sorry for the Xbox One because Sony's going to trash it.
I think so. Microsoft are going to completely disown the Xbox One when the new Xbox is released.
I think that Microsoft are trying to disown it at the minute because after PSX, after the release of the trailers for Death Stranding, Crash Bandicoot Remastered, and The Last of Us Part 2, oh my god.
That Crash Bandicoot one didn't look good.
Okay, no.
It looked like a budget game made in Unity.
And also, The Last Guardian. Like, PS4's lineup for 2017, going into 2017, is fantastic.
It's like a foot away from me now.
Shut up.
It's looking right at me. It's going to kill me.
Not look at you. But anyway, yeah. Been playing around with mods on Skyrim because mods are fantastic.
So
who doesn't want the train attacking you from the sky?
On the PS4 sort of mods, what can you actually do? Is it better than I thought? Because can't you only use the assets within the game itself?
No.
I thought that's what they said.
Okay. Bethesda have essentially looked at the mods on Steam and okayed the majority of all the good ones. They've had to hand check them and stuff, but they've ported them directly to the PS4, and they work perfectly. I've encountered no issues with multiple mods on the same system. I've encountered no issues with playability. I mean, there was a couple of frame drops. That's only because there was like 10 firestorms going on at once. But no, I've had no issues with it, and it's just been absolutely hilarious because I've been walking around just constantly just dragon shouting at everything, which is really, really funny.
I don't know. I don't play games like that.
You just don't play games.
I don't.
Just really ironic, but...
Hey, I played...
something many years ago?
Yeah, Sonic. Let's go with Sonic.
But no, as I was battering on about before, like slipping into a little bit of news, the PS4's lineup for 2017 just looks incredible.
Alright, should we just leave that there? We'll have a look at the PS4 in 2017 in the next sort of section.
Yay.
So have you played anything else, or is that basically it?
Basically been it. I mean, I played a couple of things on Steam, but they were mostly just tiny indie releases like Ninja Smasher and Resin. I've been mostly just scouring through the new releases section looking for something that's like under £3.
Always the best games for that price.
It's actually some of them are actually pretty good. Like Resin is a very convincing stamina-based combat game that's incredibly simplistic, but amazingly effective in a really, really weird way. Like when you look at it, it looks like simplistic and very boring and very dull. But when you get into it, it's very convincing in how it portrays everything, and I really like it. Ninja Smash, however, was very boring and very broken.
I think the worst game I've ever bought for, I think it was about 60p. It was a rally racing game, or just a racing game in general. And you could tell it was a mobile port.
Yeah. It
didn't fill the screen. It was like weirdly shaped, like big borders at the sides and at the bottom.
Oh god.
The analog stick on the pad worked, but you had to still use the actual keyboard for accelerate and brake. Yeah. And there was no way to change the buttons.
Right.
And yet that was just so bad.
That sounds bad.
Yeah. I don't know how the hell that got through Steam.
Green light.
I don't know.
Green light, mate.
So we'll have a quick go through a couple of the games that I've had a quick go at. I put a video up of Aqua Motor Racing Utopia because that's actually come out of the early access and is actually full release now. And unfortunately, the video that I was recording, it had a massive glitch. Because basically, you'll know Wave Race 64.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that game.
Yes.
It's like a copy of that sort of game, but just not quite as good.
Okay.
And the glitch that I encountered, you don't actually skim across the water, you sink to the bottom. So
that's beautiful.
And then when you hit the bottom, well, as soon as your motor or whatever gets to a certain rev, you just basically catapulted out of the water like 10 feet into the air. Then you land back in, go for a few meters and sink back down to the bottom.
That's beautiful.
And I recorded that for like 10, 15 minutes.
That sounds like an in-game feature, David, that you can abuse, surely.
You know, and that was just amazing. So, and they sort of emailed me, did the developers, because we've actually spoke to them before, we've interviewed them. And they emailed me saying, oh, what computer were you using? I was like, oh, it was the exact same computer I used to record the alpha sort of game that I was playing, and it worked perfectly fine. And they're like, oh. Normally that happens when the computer's struggling to do something and it just won't.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, but it was the same PC I had and it was working fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if when they went from like early access to full, if they've introduced some other bits and bobs that my PC doesn't like.
Don't know, maybe.
But it was quite funny. I might give it another go, see what it does. But yeah, it made me. I was laughing like a hyena. You know, it was just funny to see. You know, I was just like, oh my god.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So I recorded a little bit of Watch Dogs 2. I was going to go through.
I have nothing to say about that game. I actively dislike Watch Dogs as a series.
I mean, I was going to record and do a couple of missions, but like all open world games, I just end up running people over and killing things and.
David, that's not a surprise. That's what everyone does in open world games.
Yeah.
Although, I just want to quickly point out that if that game goes anywhere near the top 5 when we do the top 10, I will kill someone.
Well,
it's not. It's not going in the top 5. It can't. It's trash tier gaming. I'm sorry.
It's within our best single player campaign.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, it's on the top 10. I don't know why.
Ah, thank God it's not in best multiplayer.
Okay, no, it can't be on best multiplayer. It just can't.
I thought it might have been put on the best action adventure sort of game.
You could put it under the best meme generator. It'd win in that category.
Worst game, Dino Dini's Kickoff Revival.
I was going to say, I've played some very, very meh games this year, but nothing has been absolutely trash. Like, it's really, really weird. There have been no distinctly horrible games this year. They've all just been a bit meh.
Yeah, I think I took all them games.
Yeah. I mean, I took a couple of really, really meh games. Right.
But that's the thing, I think nowadays, because of a lot of these like game engine makers that are free or very cheap, it's quite hard to make a game that is
actively bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, looking through my own review list, I mean...
Oh, you actually keep your own list, do you?
Yeah, of course I get my own list.
I've actually got a file. I don't know if I've still got it.
I have an entire folder with the stuff that I've sent to you.
If I go here and like written reviews,
yeah,
there's 263 reviews in here.
That's a lot of reviews.
So that's what we've had over the years, and over the last sort of few months, I've just been deleting them as I've put them up, sort of thing.
All right.
It got too many.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I mean, like, in fairness, some of the best games I've played, like in the past couple of years have come out like this year, like Salt and Sanctuary, Hyper Light Drifter, Deadbolt. Like, there's been a lot of Moon Hunters. There's been I take that back. Space Overlords, single worst fucking game I have ever played.
I tell you, that looked quite good in the trailers.
It looked brilliant. I was really excited to review it, and then it was trash. It was so bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, developers, if you're listening to this.
I tried getting another code for that so I could put video up, but they wouldn't give me any.
You saved yourself. Trust me, it was just so...
I only wanted it after you said how bad it was.
I was going to say, I'm going to push for that to be the worst game of the year. I really am.
You need to get some gameplay footage put up on YouTube.
Yeah, I do. It was terrible. It was so bad. So bad. Like, what do? I'm playing as a gigantic robot stomping stuff. The concept is brilliant. Like, that's a fantastic concept. It's like every 11-year-old's wet dream. But it's so bad. It's so poorly executed. The graphics are terrible. The music's terrible. The gameplay is terrible. The controls are the worst thing I have ever experienced.
All in all, 9 out of 10. IGN.
No, yeah, IGN, 9 out of 10. Not too much water.
Right then, so... I am going to, for your enjoyment, Matt, I'm going to turn on my webcam.
Oh.
And I'm going to show you something that I got sent.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Inglorious 240p.
Can you see me?
Just.
Yep.
Okay, that's a big box.
It's a big box that I've had to blur out some of my address details.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was doing the YouTube video, people couldn't see what I was doing.
Okay, what is that? Wow. That is... Wow.
Can you pronounce the name?
Weijiang?
Wei Zhang, I think it is.
Weijiang. Yeah. What? What?
Basically, I will open it up and show you.
It's an Optimus Prime.
It's what the... I don't know if you can hear me. It's what the internet referably call a knockoff Transformer.
Yeah, it's Optimus Prime. It looks like Optimus Prime. Dude, what? Okay, just to inform our audience, David is currently holding a black version of Optimus Prime. Not sure why.
It is amazing.
And it looks very nice, actually.
It does transform. It's actually got metal chrome. Yeah, it's actually proper metal.
Oh, wow.
And like all the bits there, they're all chrome. And
so, why have you got that?
I don't know. But I'll turn the webcam off now. Okay. Save bandwidth. But basically...
My eyes.
I was on AliExpress, and I was looking around at some stuff, and that, to buy in for trade price, was about $98.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
And I was emailing saying, that looks super amazing, I would love to do a video on our YouTube channel. And the reply saying, oh, what do you like? And I said, they have loads of stuff on this show, which is model gear on AliExpress. And I said, oh, you've got some Metal Slug sort of like models that were about $15 or £15 each, which they look quite cool. And then I said, you Transformer stuff, some of them look amazing. Didn't hear nothing back. Then like 2 or 3 days later, I just got an email saying EMS and then a big long number. So basically, there's your shipping code.
Yeah.
I'm like, what have you sent me?
It's like, what?
And they just said, oh, we've just sent you a figure and a t-shirt. And I was like,
nice.
Oh, okay, thanks. And so basically, that came... I've done an unboxing video on our YouTube channel, and this is like one of those figures that you see in the UK, it's Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
That they're like 150 quid.
Yeah.
And I can see why even when it transforms into the truck, it looks so much better than... I think it's based on the Hasbro, the Transformers Masterpiece sort of editions, where they're slightly bigger sort of figures and they're a lot more detailed.
The ones that are actually built with like high quality.
Yeah. And this one, it even has like I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to say the Matrix of Power, but it's not that. But I can't remember what the hell it was called now. The little tiny...
The Matrix of Leadership.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that.
It comes with one of them, but it's actually metal. It's made out of metal.
Wow.
You know, so it actually feels heavy to the touch.
It's pretty cool.
And it comes with like a little tiny 2-inch character, Spike, and he's actually can fit in the truck when it's transformed and he sits in the front.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then it's got two or three sort of guns, and they actually fold up, and at a press of a button they unfold like basically instantly.
So basically, what you're telling me is not really a knockoff. It's more just kind of a it's not a knockoff. It's more like a fake Optimus, and that's about it.
Yeah, and like it's this one that they sent me. It's the Black Commander version, which I don't know about you, Matt, but I never really read comics when I was younger. I watched the cartoon series, and that was it. But I think this is based on a comic series where the Black Commander it's Prime, but it's as if he was like the evil leader.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's why he's all black.
Okay. I was going to say, the original Transformers cartoons are a bit before my time. So.
Yeah. But yeah, you can actually buy the different versions where it's all white, which looks really nice, and then you can buy the original colour one. And I've got to say, when I was opening it up, I was proper giddy with excitement. Do you know, it's one of those things that, I don't know about you, but I go to Forbidden Planet and I look at all these little models and I'm like, oh, they look amazing, but no way in hell am I paying £100 for one of these.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And to actually be able to hold one in my hands, I'm like, this is probably the best thing I've ever had in my hands. It's like amazing as hell. So I'm tempted to offer this up as a prize on our charity dinner.
Ooh.
So that might be one of our prizes to give away. So thank you to Model Gear on AliExpress for that.
Good.
And the last thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a sort of like PC program called BlueStacks.
Nope.
Basically, I'd never heard of it, but someone emailed me asking if my little tablet had run it, and it won't. So but my PC proper will.
Mm.
It's basically an Android emulator. So you sign in with your Google address, and it loads up your Android, and then you can go onto the Play Store and download games and run apps through it as if it's like an Android. And that's pretty cool. So I could actually do like videos of like mobile games. So
no, that sounds pretty good.
But yeah, so that's a cool little thing. And that, I believe, is it. So I think we're going to have a quick little tiny break. Not for me and Matt, but for you guys. You'll have a little bit of music, and we'll come back and we'll talk about
news.
Some news and the PlayStation sort of stuff in the coming year or two. So back in a couple of seconds.
Do you have trouble sleeping? Tossing and turning all night? Nothing you do seems to help. You're not getting your recommended 6 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Well, now there's a solution. Now there's Fat Cat Fly. With Fat Cat Fly, you'll easily get the sleep that you deserve. Download for free on the iOS App Store, and you're guaranteed to get a good night's sleep with very few side effects, as you help a fluffy kitty eat all the junk food that he wants. Side effects may include sleeplessness and desire for cheeseburgers. If erection lasts more than 5 hours, see a physician. Try Fat Cat Fly today. Visit facebook.com/fatcatfly because you deserve a better life.
And we're back. It's still me, and it's still Matt.
Hello.
And when I say me, I mean David.
Fine.
Still 183. We're getting closer to that 200 episodes.
Ooh.
And for anyone that doesn't know, we're doing a charity dinner in association with Diabetes UK at the Hilton Grosvenor in Glasgow.
It's okay, he'll master saying that one day.
I won't. I'll have to spell it wrong so actually I can pronounce it right.
Still. Anyway,
Yeah.
news.
So that's on the 29th of April next year. Email us for details at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk. So, news. I will
Yes.
let you go with the news, Matt.
Yes. Essentially, as I was battering on about before, the PS4's lineup for 2017 and 2018 is shaping up to be actually something incredible. Because recently at PSX, for those of you who are unaware, it was the PlayStation Experience Expo. And it's basically where all the good Sony developers go and show off their latest stuff. And not only did Hideo Kojima release a new Death Stranding trailer in which he talked about working with Guillermo del Toro and Mads Mikkelsen, he also, well, for the first time actually talked about a little bit about the game because he still kept that completely close to his chest. Like, we don't know if it's an action game, if it's a horror game. It looks like a survival horror game, and it looks incredible because they're running it on the Horizon Zero Dawn engine, which is the same one that the developers of Killzone are using to make Horizon Zero Dawn.
Guerrilla's own in-house engine.
Yeah, it's their own engine. It's incredible. Yeah. But the new trailer is equally as perplexing as the last one with Norman Reedus in it. It gives away no details, but it shows off the engine so incredibly well.
From what I've been told, they said, imagine Metal Gear Solid 5, that type of open world, and you won't go far wrong.
They're basically hinting at it being an open world survival horror game.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're hinting at being, but it looks absolutely amazing because they've got the actor who plays Hannibal, or played Hannibal rather, as the antagonist, and that just makes me very excited because he's a brilliant actor, and they've got Guillermo del Toro doing the writing, who, if you've not heard of him, he's the one who wrote Pan's Labyrinth, Crimson Peak. He was going to do Silent Hills. He's a wonderful horror director, basically. And to top it all off, they've got Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. It's just a combination that, quite frankly, just makes me very excited. And it's only on PS4. And
wasn't he going to do the Hobbit movies until he pulled out?
What, Guillermo?
Yeah, I'm sure it was him.
No, I was going to say Jackson was always gunning for that.
Yeah, but they were going to go somewhere else, then he pulled out because he wanted more creative freedom.
Yeah.
And then they went to Jackson.
I don't actually know about that.
I'm sure it was.
But yeah, apart from that, Naughty Dog also came on the stage and destroyed half the internet because they released a trailer for Last of Us 2, where they announced you'll be playing as Ellie. For anyone who hasn't played the original Last of Us, I would implore you to do so simply because it's one of the best pieces of storytelling in video gaming today. And no matter what people say about, it's overhyped, no, it's a brilliant game. Like, you can cut it any which way you want. It is a fantastic game,
Matt,
with a fantastic story.
It's overhyped.
David, shut up.
Tell you what,
overhyped. It's not overhyped, alright?
For me, because I believe the gameplay in it is a bit meh, for me, I think I'd be able to just sit and watch someone play it on YouTube and get the same gratification out of it.
I completely disagree. I respectfully disagree with you, but the trailer that Naughty Dog dropped, it kind of sort of blew up a little bit because people started losing their minds, which was wonderful. Because they've given nothing away about what happens in The Last of Us 2, but the trailer itself hints towards the Fireflies coming back, which is something that the first game really didn't push all that much until the end. I'm not going to spoil anything if you've not played the game, which is why I advise that you do so before 2017. I think it's late 2017 when they said it was going to be released.
No. It'll be 2019.
2019. Oh, that was
they haven't even started the game yet. They said that's just...
the next major update would be late 2017 is what I meant.
No, I think they said they'll be talking about it in the coming months, meaning in about 12 months' time they'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, that's to look forward to. The Crash Bandicoot also dropped a Crash Bandicoot remaster, which a lot of old platformers kind of...
I don't know about you, but...
gamers just kind of went, ooh...
I never enjoyed Crash Bandicoot.
I never played it. I grew up as a Nintendo kid, so my nostalgia for the entire series is completely void, so I can go into it and just play it and enjoy it rather than sitting there all gleamy-eyed and stuff.
I played Crash Bandicoot as a kid, and I never liked it because it's like, you're either running towards the screen so you can't see what you're doing until you fall into it, or you're running away from the screen, which that works, but the perspective and depth doesn't quite work in that perspective. It's like a fisheye sort of look. Yeah. Or it's a 2D side-on but using the 3D, and that never works because it's got a really bad floaty feel to it. Yeah,
but regardless, a lot of people were very hyped about that because obviously Crash Bandicoot was one of the first major...
It looks like a low budget...
It does look a little bit basic, I'll be honest. Like the remaster doesn't look as good as it should be.
Yeah,
which is really
I think
unfortunate.
It looks a bit like what passes as an updated mobile sort of version.
Pretty much. In other news, Rockstar have released more details about Red Dead 2, which is magical.
I tell you what, the thing that annoyed me the most about the PSX was the fact that within 2 sentences, it was the best game ever mentioned, and then it was the worst.
What's this?
The Wipeout Collection.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, oh my god, yes, I love that. Yeah. And then when they said it wasn't the original 1, 2, and 3, it's the PSP sort of versions, and then the crappy free-to-play one. It's like...
Yeah, they're not doing the best ones, which is unfortunate.
I want Wipeout 2097.
2097 will be sorted. I'd love to play that.
Oh, sorry, to our American followers, Wipeout XL.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't called 2097 in America.
Unfortunately, at PSX, FromSoft didn't make an appearance to announce anything about the last piece of Dark Souls DLC, which made me sad, but hey-ho.
That's it. Another thing that surprised me somewhat. Do you know Namco, they said that what's it called? Ace Combat 7.
Yeah.
I know that was already announced 2 years ago, whenever it was. I'm surprised that they haven't announced a new Ridge Racer game where it's actually like a virtual cockpit where you sit in the cockpit with the VR headset.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like a full-on arcade racer.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think that'd be really good, and I'd buy.
I think that'd be pretty good
to complete my Ridge Racer collection.
Absolutely.
I love Ridge Racer.
Aside from that,
that's
again,
one of the tattoo designs I'm getting.
Aside from that, Horizon Zero Dawn by Guerrilla actually looks really good as an interesting concept. And also,
I don't know about you.
Oh, wait, Chief.
I think a lot of people might be disappointed with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, absolutely. I completely think it's overhyped, and it's a similar situation to do with No Man's Sky. I think it won't deliver on what it promises. Also, because the game market has too many survival games at the minute. It is saturated.
I don't think it's the fact that it's been overhyped. I believe it's the fact that nearly everyone's gone on about how it's an open-world RPG, but to me it looks just like Monster Hunter.
It basically does.
So everyone's going to expect a full-on role-playing game like Skyrim.
Yeah.
But it's...
I think it's going to be just like a very, very cookie-cutter game, but I think it looks absolutely incredible in terms of what it delivers. It's a really interesting kind of take on design versus aesthetics. But aside from that, Hellblade, the people who made not Dante's Inferno, the new Devil May Cry, I've been working on not Hellright. There's a game where basically you play as a Nordic shaman who's got psychosis, which is a really interesting take on having a character with a mental illness. And psychosis is essentially where you hear voices in your head. And seeing some of the development logs, like watching them have voice actors do this in a studio, it's actually incredibly interesting. As a gaming concept, I'm really, really curious to see how well they pull it off, because it could easily be one of the most unnerving horror games released in the next couple of years. Like, they're a long way off finishing it, but I do think if they do it right, it could be one of the best horror games potentially of the decade if they do it perfectly. And after a slew of bad horror games recently, I really hope they do it well. David, you alive?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading some... I don't have hope. I don't think...
I have hope in many places, David.
A lot of things...
I can have hope. Let me have hope.
No, Watch Dogs 2, Game of the Year, 2016.
I was going to say, let me have hope, especially after the No Man's Sky update was so goddamn stupid. Like, they announced it after months of silence, and they basically went, oh yeah, we're adding houses. But why? It's a game where you explore the universe. Why the fuck would I want a house?
Because people imagined it like a Minecraft thing where you build things and do stuff. And
that's not how it works. It's brilliant because they've completely gone back on what the game should be doing. Like, they've turned around and basically gone, oh well, it's now a housing simulator in space. But that's not actually what we were going for. But hey, that's what's popular at the minute, so let's do it.
I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I think I'm one of the only people throughout the whole 3 years of before it was released saying it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. And when it came out, I was one of the only ones that said I was actually really impressed with it.
The problem was, like,
I think it's because my expectations were so low.
With No Man's Sky, I had zero expectations going into it. There was no hype. I didn't catch the hype train. I completely missed it when it was in development. I wasn't on the Kickstarter. So when I picked it up and played it, I just kind of sat there and went, okay, cool. Where's the rest of the game? Like, I had no love for it going in, so I was completely neutral in my opinion of it. But when I sat down and played it, it was very sort of, yeah, this is very pretty and very unique, but where's the rest of it? It's a very hollow game. It's like when Destiny was first released without the rest of its DLC packs, and it's annoying that I get to say that, but it felt like that. It was more like pieces of it were deliberately missing, or like not there, or it was just lacking in depth because it's so vast that they can't possibly account for every single detail. But in a game like that, you need to have every single detail. And I don't think that's why No Man's Sky works. And it's also why I'm going to be arguing with some people inevitably on the Game of the Year thing, because someone has decided to put it on the best Game of the Year list, which it isn't.
That was me.
You're wrong.
I love annoying people.
I know. Yeah, that's it for me for news. I'm all newsed out. I'm all excited.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll do for this week. So we're just doing a quick one.
Absolutely.
So after all the music and bits and bobs have all been edited in, it'll be about 50 minutes long, I'd have a guess. So again, no one has emailed us any questions, so we've still got Gurman 3D for the 3DS to give away. All you need to do is send us a question, either on contact@oneupgaming.co.uk or tweet us at OUGofficial. Just send us any questions and we'll pick a winner out and send you the code. It's a European code, so you have to have a European Nintendo account. Please visit our website, which is oneupgaming.co.uk. We are on Patreon, which is patreon.com/OUG. We have official t-shirts and mugs at bluecyborg.com. Just search One Up Gaming. We have our first official music CD out, which is Games Inspired Music.
Woo.
And that's on all the services like Spotify, Apple Music, the Google Play Store, everything. So just search Games Inspired Music, and I think it's like $5.99, something like that. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have our first 100 podcasts, plus an exclusive Sans Pants radio interview at audiobooksontape.com. We are on the homepage on the We Recommend sort of section. It's only £9 for the tape, and £1 of that will go to the Diabetes UK sort of charity.
So you're helping charity and getting to listen to us.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
For nearly
Really?
300 hours, I'd have a guess.
Oh dear God.
However, I will get...
It's alright, it's okay. I'm on like 5 of them because you've done episodes 1 to 100. I started on 95.
Wait, it's like... Episodes 1 to 100 is 139 hours. The OUG Talks is 19 hours 53 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then our Sans Pants radio interview is 25 minutes.
Jesus.
So, yes. You get a lot of us on there. We've got Facebook. Just search... But it's easier just to go onto our website, oneupgaming.co.uk. Then we've got the tabs at the top, and it'll take you directly to there. We've got YouTube, where I'll be putting more videos up of this amazing Wei Zhang MPP-10B Black Commander knockoff transformer. It's so good. I can't believe how good I can't believe they sent it. You know, it's like worth like 80 quid.
Wow.
You know, that's just to buy in, not to sell. Which, you know, I'm just like gobsmacked how good it is. But yeah, so tweet us at OUGofficial, email us at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk. Try to speak. And you can find this fine podcast on iTunes. Please subscribe to us and give 5 stars and positive feedback. It helps when people are searching for podcasts. So, that, my friends, is episode 183. It's been me, David, and it's been Matt.
Yep. See you later.
So thank you all, and goodbye.
Hey guys, Justin here. I just wanted to say that I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you a lot. Yes, you in particular, in that way. And I wanted to say, I think you're great. I've always said that about you. And I was wondering, if you think we're great, if you could give us a quick rating on iTunes, we'd really appreciate it. It would really, really help us out in that, podcasty sort of way. And if you're feeling particularly festive, perhaps even a little saucy, maybe stop by our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/OUG and see if you can't slip a few bucks our way. After all, every little penny or whatever space money they use in Europe helps out the show. Thanks for listening. OUG Gaming will always be free, but with your support, we can always move forward and always be better.